I am so glad we're live. My name is Sunda Krupas. I'm your host for this evening. Welcome to LASC TV. That's right, LA School of Comedy. We have a lot going on. We have all kinds of things happening. Podcasts. We've got people doing interviews. Let's just give a round of applause for America's own Tasha Counts. Hair and makeup extraordinaire to the stars. To the stars. And she's also from Jersey, so that makes her very funny. Is somebody coming in? Yeah. Let him in. Come on in. Oh, hello there.
The mic ain't on.
I don't think the mic's on.
The what's on?
I don't think the mic is on.
Dude, if you can't hear in this closet, you're in the wrong room. Go to the Laugh Factory. All right, I'm just kidding. Can you hear it? This is what we want. We want them to hear it for your tape.
It's better now.
Yeah.
It's better because now they hear themselves and think that makes a difference. It doesn't.
Be funny.
Makes absolutely no difference.
It could be directional.
We're good, you guys.
Why don't you buy one then, Negro?
We're open to investments. They just look like
Yeah,
money.
I'm open to investments. Y'all want
Not
to break
just
microphones?
ideas.
Have you ever seen anything like this?
If you need
This is
some.
what they do. Like this, like up and down, up and down. Like they are 15 years old.
Super fast.
All right? I'm like, what is going? It doesn't make them funnier.
Yeah.
At all. And there's, wait, if that's not bad, why don't you do a whole parody? Hello there, handsome. Give it up for the man that makes it happen. Hello there. I was really expecting Hunter Biden. I'm sorry to tell you, I'm a little disappointed.
I should brought some Coke.
You're a little behind, Zaza. We've already done it. That's
You're
why
right. 11 years sober.
That's why it's all
Life's
on the
really
floor here.
fucking
It's
boring.
all baby food. Okay. What do they used to use to cut it? Oh, talcum powder. Anything.
Baby laxatives, baby laxatives.
Baby laxative. Why do babies need laxatives?
I have no idea.
It gave you that poop feeling.
That's
so
it.
you
Yeah,
know
Look
that's-
at that figure.
The worst.
Yeah, to keep that. I think it's funny.
Notice
People
how
say
many
you should stay
people
in shape.
actually have an answer
And
to
I
the
think
question.
that round is
So,
Well, it
Well,
may
I've
This
stored
is
enough
having
to
absolute
it's not
control.
something that's that theoretical.
Absolute control.
No, it's not. I wish it were though. Those are the worst times on Coke.
What's beautiful about this room is that it's a safe space. When I say a safe space, I don't care if you paid money. Please don't come here and say, I hate Trump for 10 minutes. It's not funny.
No.
He's not funny. His hairstyle's not funny. And I don't like him, so that's not funny. I don't like Biden either, but I'm just saying, I can't say that. I can make believe I love him. But you can look at him and see he has denture breath. I just
Oh my
know it.
God.
Oh, I think that's at least
Denture
true.
breath is the worst. You know, when always looking to take him out and clean him real fast, they know that's what he's doing behind the scenes. But that's okay. I have to love him, right? Because that's my president. I can't even imagine. Did you see with the? Okay, look, I never watch anything. I find out my news from my husband. I never know what's going on, and I see a woman getting ready to take a picture with the president and her baby, and he starts sniffing the baby's hair. Taja, sniffing the baby's hair. You would have lost your mind. If you touch her brush, she will cut off your hand. That's the beauty. She'll do that. She'll do that. She'll do that. Praise be. Yeah, you can't leave it for this first comedian comes on because you're going to miss something really special. He's not always here, and we're glad that he's here. And I wish I could stop my top lip from sticking, but it's okay. Nobody's noticing it. They call it cotton mouth, but I give it up for the one and only golden mouth. The words of the one wordsmith, I believe, Mark Zaffron, ladies and gentlemen. Come on.
Then I just have to put up with Aviva.
Oh, this is live.
But it is, it's like, there's the comedy, and then I have to go back and deal with the cabaret, and thank God the other one's still in Liverpool. Just, I have to listen to the stories and go to the shows, long trips.
The other one.
It's Toba. It's Toba. It's kind of hard to figure out what to say today because it's been such a momentous occasion in American history with the firing of the Speaker of the House of Representatives. Don't know what they have in their minds, but you look at Matt Gaetz and you say, there's something wrong with him. It's not me, it's him. In fact, I have spent the last 5 or 6 years looking at all these people and saying, my God, what have we done to ourselves? And it's not their fault. They're politicians. Politicians, by their very nature, are people who do not like to work for a living, all right, but want to make a lot of money. And the way they want to make a lot of money is very much like actors. They want to smile, get plastic surgery, pose, strut up on that stage, right? And produce shit. I mean, at the end of the day, That's what they are. The only one who was really good at it, because he was an actor, was Ronald Reagan. Ronald Reagan knew how to be a good politician. He was Ronald Reagan. A lot of the things he said came to, and everybody hated him. I mean, everybody got, oh, we don't like Ronald Reagan. We don't like Ronald Reagan. First of all, Ronald Reagan was one of the founders of the Screen Actors Guild, just to let everybody know. And he was the first one to bring the actors out on strike. He became conservative later in life. It's like Winston Churchill said, if you're not a liberal when you're young, you have no heart. And if you're not a conservative when you're old, you have no brain. It's simple. I mean, unfortunately, there are too many people with heart and not enough people with brains. It's like being stuck in The Wizard of Oz, being stuck in America today. All right, the Tin Man is running the show. All right, it should have been the Scarecrow, but it's the Tin Man. And who else do we have? The Cowardly Lion. Now tell me, who's the Cowardly Lion? You people. Because you all vote for these people, Republican and Democrats. There are people who just vote, oh yeah, I don't like them. Oh, God, he has orange hair, you know. We're not paying attention to how our lives are being lived. They are wrong. I grew up in a country, I'm an old man. I wasn't big on the Second Amendment, never had a gun. That's for people who live down south. And Pennsylvania. Well, in Minnesota, Idaho, and all those other places, right? You know, now all of a sudden, guns were not made for people who live in New York and California. They have too many AK-47s. It's as simple as that. First Amendment was my thing. I was always a free speech type of person, mostly because I got in trouble in school for my big effing mouth. And I used to say, it's my right. All right? Yeah. And they used to say, oh, no, it ain't. All right? So the first place you get censored in America is fourth grade. It's as simple as that. All right? Then you keep going on. And the First Amendment to me was an important thing. Big defining moment is when the ACLU defended the rights of the Nazis to march in Skokie, Illinois. None of you know anything about that. Okay? There had to be 20 of them. They were laughable. There were more Jews with yarmulkes out there with baseball bats than there were Nazis. It was the best thing to ever see on national TV. And you see, or the KKK marching. There's only 50 of them left. There used to be 30,000. They used to be able to march down the mall in Washington looking like a fucking regiment. All right, no more, they're gone. They haven't subsumed anywhere else. They're gone. Nobody believes in that shit anymore, except somebody who the news puts up and says, well, that man's a white supremacist. Okay, that means he doesn't agree with you. But show a real white supremacist, he's walking around in a hood, and he's doing stupid things to people for no reason. So, there's a whole issue with whether or not the woman who told on Emmett Till should be prosecuted now. And she's still alive. The guys who killed Emmett Till, they're not alive. Does everybody know who Emmett Till is?
Yes.
All right. I have a problem with the generations. The destruction of the educational system in America makes it that there will be an audience that doesn't know who Emmett Till was. Okay? And there will be an audience who didn't know who Goodman was. I can't remember the name of the other three. The ones that they left in the ditch down there. Very difficult times. But maybe we should reflect a little bit more about the 1950s and the 1960s and what was going on in this country and what people actually had to go through. We should reflect a little bit more about Medgar Evers. We should reflect a little bit more about Martin Luther King. Why? Because now it's a dirty name. You can't walk up to Ibrahim X. Zindi and say, the Reverend King said this. Reverend King was a racist and an Uncle Tom, and he didn't know it because it was inside him. I hear that he just blew through $6 million of grant money and accomplished nothing. There you go, $6 million. And Rodney King's family got 0 from BLM, but she got a house. Tell me that. We have to start thinking again how we got to where we are. We have to remember the people who were at Stonewall, not the people who use it as an excuse, the guys who got their asses kicked. Got to end all those years before when the New York City Police Department, is Patty here? His family. The New York City Police Department used to beat the shit out of gay men just for the hell of it. And then Stonewall, and then the movement. And now you got to go into a gay bar. Not big on transgender. None of my friends are big on it. They say, look what we went through. This is where we are today. I know I'm saying things that you guys no one wants to hear. I don't know why it made me happen today to think about this. And it might have just been watching the stupidity of what's going on in Washington. And it's what?
What's going on?
Yeah,
What?
tell us.
See,
Right, tell us.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Matt Gaetz and 8 Republicans decided that the Speaker of the House didn't go far enough in destroying the spending bill to keep the government open. He made a short-term deal, and Matt Gaetz, that little Weasley-faced guy from Florida, went ahead and they voted out the Speaker of the House for the first time in the history of the United States. Now the country is in complete and total chaos from that point of view. Might be good, might give Joe a little bit of,
Stop it! Oh my God, Mark!
Indigestion, Sunda. Indigestion. This is a heart attack. That's indigestion. All right?
I missed it.
So I'm looking and I'm thinking today, and I just got home and I'm watching it on television. I've been reading it. I'm thinking to myself, what a bunch of dumb fucks. So, which a work that I have avoided, and I figured I'd stay here and take the, opportunity to have a captive audience that's actually going to listen to me, not like my family. All right, and maybe I can make an impact on people's heads for a few minutes, right? A little bit, I can tell jokes. This stuff ain't funny anymore. All right? Think about it. I mean, if I can tell a joke, listen, you look at what's going on at the border, you say, hey, my great-grandparents were immigrants. That ain't the issue. The issue is what the real problem is today, and I'm going to leave you all with this. Never do anything without a plan. Always know where you want to go. You do not let 3.8 million people into the country without knowing where they're going to sleep, eat, and get a job. Period. All right? You do not decide that we're going to get rid of oil and gas when I had to go charge my electric car and was told by the company there's not enough electricity. And we got to turn off our electric chargers because of the rolling blackouts. And then we have that smiling skull, Newsom. All right? Other than appointing somebody who doesn't live in California as the senator from California. Yeah. Pay on that one, folks. Or he says, well, we're not going to build it. Biden, and we don't want to build any more gas-powered. Everybody forget about nuclear energy? Or is it only something we watch the Koreans getting ready, the Iranians to blow us up with? I mean, it does have other uses, all right? They're safe, they're good. We have all kinds of weapons running around the world with nuclear energy in them. We have ships with nuclear energy. All you got to do is put a couple more nuclear plants? No. What are we going to do with the leftover dirt? A lot better than me freezing next winter. Thank you very much.
Okay. Well, we'll see you on Fox 5. Wow, Tasha, did you learn anything today? Hello? You did learn something, right? I know you don't, but you know something? You're quite newsy, but you got a few minutes for us, Tasha? It's a hair and makeup show. Let's do it. She's going to be doing your hair and makeup here. Come on, let's give it up for Tasha Counts! You can do this. We'll give you the lighted 3. It means you got 2 minutes. Come on, you got it. You got this. Give it up for Tasha.
Child, well, I don't need a mic. I'm loud. Listen, the voice carries. I'm sure you can hear me. You hear me? I'm here. I'm right here. Do you see me? Can you hear me?
Oh man, I don't want to get your bad side.
You know? Oh no! Don't fuck with me. Bat shit crazy.
Hey, we haven't met yet. So.
Listen. But it doesn't stop my ex from still hitting me in my DMs. He said, I think about you often. I said, really? Motherfucker, I punched you in the head, broke my hand, 2 fucking screws in my hand. You had a headache for 2 weeks. You couldn't fucking sleep. But you think about me often. I mean, shit, Sexy Red said ski. Clearly I did something right, because it's 20 years later than the mofo's still thinking about me. I'm just saying. Yeah, so, batshit crazy, yeah.
I'm too, so.
Yeah. You know, I'm not a comedian. I just came up here. I love you guys and what you do. It takes balls to get up here and talk shit. No, it really, really does. Like, you come up here and you speak what's on your mind, what you're going through.
Sorry.
And people laugh at your pain. You know what I'm saying? And
It's like, goddamn.
it's work. It's work. So I'm a hair and makeup artist. This is not what I do. I mean, I make people feel good. I mean, today I was told like I should be a comedian. It's funny that you call me. And I was like, no, I'm not funny. They're like, no, you're just naturally funny. And I'm like, I don't think so. But, you know, Beyonce came on and I was like dropping like a thotty and shit at work. So they were like, damn, girl. But, you know, it's energy. Energy. I'm still on my Beyonce high from last week at the Renaissance. Unique. But no, I don't really have nothing to talk about. I've been put on the spot. Usually I have shit to talk about. I mean, the strike shit, you know, yada, yada, yada. Boom, ka. Still Beyonce, sorry. Yeah, it's just, you know, life has just been lifing, you know, but we're all out here, you know, we're trying to stay positive for the most part, right? Don't jump off the building, you know, hold on, don't hang by the thread, literally. But, you know, we're out here making it, and I want to applaud you guys, the real comedians, because that's not me.
Me too, 'cause I'm not gonna be comedian.
I just make people feel good. I like to give good energy, good vibes, but don't fuck with me because I'll fuck you up. You know what I'm saying? Put them up. That's what I do.
I don't give people
But
enough
I give you a hug after and just say, you know, I was just trying to help you. And, you know, I was restraining you, but you weren't understanding me. It's a place of love, you know. Smack a bitch.
There you go.
You know? But no, you have a good one. I'm heading on out. Hey, live, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Tasha and Counts, call me for your bookings. You know, I'm a little crazy, but I'm fun. You know what I'm saying? And Tasha and Counts. This is what I said. It's right on the shirt. Boom.
Right.
Tasha and Counts. Consistent. Straight to the point. My name. And I do
Yes.
count. I'm number one.
Okay. Your mother was here. Listen, if her mother was here, she'd be telling everybody's business. She's not funny. What did she say to the guy? You think that's funny? She said to the comic, you think that's funny? That reminds me of Samantha when I almost fell in front of her and she said, are you trying to fall in front of everybody? Like I was a grandmother. Let's get up for your producer tonight, Jason Ham, who's working hard for you. And of course, backing him up, we have the one and only Ryan Benton here. That's right, Benson. I always say Benton, but I get confused. And your comedy concierge this evening, of course, is the one and only Samantha Linderman. Let her hear you. Samantha's here quite a bit of times when I'm not here. I'm going to bring up someone who hasn't been here for a minute. We're going to spank her. Let's get for test camera on. Let's hear it.
Oh, I thought you were.
Okay. Hi, guys. Sorry, I haven't been here in a minute. Sorry. It's because I went to the gynecologist recently. That's why I haven't been here. I went to the gyno because I am done running. I'm done running. I've been dodging them for years, texts, phone calls, emails. I figured it was time to turn myself in because I needed a pap smear. You guys familiar? I needed a pap smear, and I know I should have gotten it done sooner, like for my health or whatever. But like whoever fucking marketed the pap smear did a terrible job of it because not only does it sound disgusting, but any woman you speak to will be like, oh, it's wildly uncomfortable. They'll be like, I felt violated. It was invasive. They use words like salad tongs or like spreader. No, it's like terrible. I was like, you're going to have to fucking catch me first. If you want me to do that, like I'm not going down without a fight. And then they denied my birth control prescription. And so the next morning I was there like legs spread, begging for it. Like a whore. Like a whore. Tell me why I was so nervous. Like, ladies, if you have ever let a random dude with like questionable hygiene shove his grubby little feelers up inside you and just fucking jackhammer away until you have to like politely ask them to like get the fuck out of your pussy and just like fuck you so the experience can be over. You can handle a pap smear. And I don't know why my mother didn't tell me that in those exact words. Like, what am I, in a clean environment? I've got a starched white sheet covering me for modesty's sake. And she's gonna talk me through the whole thing. She's gonna ask for consent every step of the way. She's gonna gently insert the well-lubed tool inside of me. She was like, this is gonna feel a little uncomfortable. This might be when you tense up. I was like, tense? Me? I've never been more comfortable in my life. I have never felt safer. I was like, just let me know when it's in. Just like, tell me when you're putting it in. She was like, oh, it's in. Like, I'm touching your cervix right now. I was like, oh. I couldn't even feel it. I didn't even know. I was like, well, tell me what. She was like, I'm going to open it now. I was like, okay, like, tell me. She was like, you're going to feel like an intense pressure. I'm going to open it. And I was like, right. Nothing. None. I was dead to the world. At that point, I'm like skewered. I'm a pig on a stick, you know, sitting there. And all I can think about is how grateful I am that I don't have some dude in my ear being like, you know, you could do some work too. Don't be afraid to touch it. When she gently removed her instrument, I asked her to marry me. I did. Marry your gynecologist. No, but I do think we forget like how muscular vaginas really are. You know, like they're ripped. Like, I hope they're not ripped, but like there's a lot going on down there, you know, and I don't know if any other vagina users have experienced this when you're running late or you're like moving a little too quickly or you're wildly high and you go to take your tampon out and you have to stop for a second and like tell yourself to let go. Because your pussy has like this ironclad grip on it. And suddenly you're in a tug of war contest. You turn into like a dog owner. You're like, drop it. I don't know. I've been doing my kegels. So anyway, I'm dating more. I'm on Hinge, which we know is like Raya's like ugly stepsister. Because if you're in LA and you're hot, you're on Raya. I personally got waitlisted on Raya. I had 2 people endorse me. You need an endorsement to be on Raya. I had 2 people endorse me, and I was there. I was like, take my money. I will pay to be exposed to hot people. But I didn't know when I submitted the application that they look at your social media to make sure you're hot enough. And I didn't know this. And the last photo that I had posted was like a really cute Halloween photo. And I was in a costume. It was kind of like a tight, nude, full bodysuit with a bald cap on. Because I was a naked mole rat. But like a sexy naked mole rat. Like, anyway, I got waitlisted on Raya, so I'm on Hinge. And I've been going on like, you know, like you go on like the first dates, and I just think first dates are like the worst thing that has ever been invented. They're terrible. And I'm always trying to kind of lighten the mood on a first date. Like I'm dropping like suicide jokes, I'm dropping eating disorder jokes, because I want them to feel comfortable, you know? Inevitably, the guy will drop this dumbass line. They'll go, Tess, should I be worried about you? And I'm always like, worried about me? Craig, we just met. If I were you, I would be worried for yourself. Because I'm going to kill you. Let's encourage men to worry about murder a little bit more, you know? Let's start killing men. Thank you, that's my set. Tessie_Cameron on Instagram. Oh, at Sam's show on Sunday night at 8 p.m. at the Prohibition, downtown LA. Be there.
Always unforgettable. Definitely unforgettable. Listen, this guy coming to the stage has trained in England, and God willing, he's going to train all of us so that we're as perfect as he is, and he's funny too. Let's give it up. Come on, Ryan. Come up here for a few minutes. Give us some comedy. Ryan Benson, come on.
Ryan. Howdy. I'm wearing my sweatpants overalls today. They're overalls. They're very comfy. But I can't wear them at work because I work at a Levi's, Century City. And then it's, it's very brand heavy. Big jean place. If you didn't know, America's held together by jeans. It's the strongest relationship you could have is a good, nice pair of denim dungarees. But it's it doesn't pay the best, but the 60% discount is good enough for when you're an actor and you need plain clothes. You'll do a lot just to. I mean the things you'll do for just the free acting gigs. So when you pretend to be a zombie for 12 hours at night and don't get paid, but at least it's the experience. That's what I'm here for. It's for the love of the art. Who needs money? Who needs a place to sleep when I get to pretend I'm a zombie? But I guess it's like I go to USC, so my parents had money that they just threw at a wall. And then I was like, I want to do acting. Oh, God. Yay. So they just said, okay, I hope the second one goes better. And she's spending way less more money than me. She's the one that got all I got all the mental disorders from the family. I saved it for my sister, so she should be thankful. You're welcome, Grace. But as an actor, I find it's like it's weird. Like a lot of these famous actors, they think they're like in QAnon thinks they're like crazy and stuff, and they're selling their soul and adrenochrome and shit. But I know I'm safe. I'm a redhead, so I have no soul. So I'll be safe. I'll be good there. The strike has ended for writers. Any writers here? Yay. Are you unionized? No. Yay, non-union. But, we got to help our own brother, and even though we're not good enough yet. So I've been doing that by only watching non-union porn. It's been very useful it's like that's we're at the very bottom. But I feel like as a theater major, what are you going to do after this degree, Ryan? I ask myself in the mirror. And I think, what better use of combining the things I love, acting and porn, and make a professional acting school for porn stars. It's like, we all like penetration, either way or not. There's different forms. No matter what, you don't need a penis, you don't need a vagina. It's all love is love. And I think still that's all good stuff. We got all that stuff there, but I want to believe it. I don't feel like I'm there. Even VR porn doesn't feel like it. Like I could just look around and I see I'm like in a empty place in Venice, and it's just like this is the same building I've seen for the last year. And I just wish they would do a little bit better locations and production value. But I think the actors, they just need to they need to study Meisner. They need to get they need to just understand what sex is. It's not just like, you don't just go, okay, I don't have money. I could fuck you. I wish it was more like that, but I want to see the sexual tension of a delivery driver, and it's like they could have the option of money, but this person's gotten a lot of pizza. They just keep buying pizza, and they've seen him for a while, so now there's actually a repertoire, a relationship. So now you can now there's better reason to see a penis in a pizza. The first date is the first pizza. No, you would need to keep that same delivery driver. You got to go for a while, and then maybe, and you leave a good tip. But I'll be calling my acting school the Academy for the Sexual Savants, ASS for short. So I'm giving out free scholarships to anyone who will fuck me. Come along. We'll learn how to act with sex. That's kind of what, like Weinstein would do, I think. That's how they get you. Right, Mark? Is that what he'd do? Yeah. Would he like say sex? Harv. Oh, you go way back with him. Yeah, I forgot. Forgot you guys were pals. Good private jet flights. You know, he would give you. I bet. Yeah, it'd be cool. You could play him in a movie. That'd be cool. I'm now doing opera because there's not many men in art that are like good, I guess. So I'm okay. I'm not good. People tell me I'm good. That's like what my range? I'm a baritone, bro. I can my balls are like, I guess that's like one's up and one's down. So I'm able to kind of go, hello, hey. It's not a good sight, but it's better than twisted balls. But opera, it's like I like to sing a lot normally, usually in English and like not like you're like orgasming the whole time. It's just long, intense orgasms is what it feels like. But it's called La Charubin or Cherubin in English. But I don't know French. I don't know opera, so it's cool. But apparently, like, I'm like the only one who's like, everyone else that's like opera students in there, the chorus, they don't know anything either. So I'm like, what the fuck is the point of this? So now I have to just make up shit. But my roommate's French, so now I have him making fun of me in France. Just of how bad I am. It's like, there's one line, it's about the male turkey and the female turkey. They rotate, the gravity rotates them along called brochet in French, but it's like a wire, like you're spinning them, and then it tastes like bread. It's din don din don din don din don gravity brioche. It's like that. That's what it was. That's exactly how it was read in French. So you can see I'm more an English guy. I don't think I have much more to say. Because I got a good amount of laughs. Oh, I'll do this last before I cry myself to sleep tonight. You guys, there's not like on the topic of porn, since it's a fun topic, I guess we all love it. There's not enough like good parodies for them. Like I need to bring them back. I think Star Wars is the easiest example. Everyone loves Star Wars. It gets ingrained into you socially. So easy change. Star Wars. But it's like it's just different. You're having sex across the galaxy with just different aliens and stuff. It's a cool adventure. You got R2 Deep Throat, C3PO, Jabba the Cuck. Yeah, he just watches. He can't do much, you know. And then Darth Vader is like, Luke, I am your stepfather. And the beautiful thing. Yoda. Choda. Just looks like a penis. He already kind of does. So I think there's something there. I'm going to stop talking today because I got to go to rehearsal later. And I want to see you guys go up and be funnier than me. My name's Ryan Benson. You can find me on Instagram at ryan.benson. Or you can see me at Levi's Saturday, Sunday. I am really good at putting you in a pair of jeans, but I'm even better at taking them off you. Thank you.
Hey, there you go. You guys good?
Yeah.
All right. I don't want you to be rude. Because I'd have to rhyme something with Rudy. So instead, we're just going to have to bring him up, the talented Michael Moody. Where are you?
Go, Mike.
And remember, you're taping.
How you guys doing? You slacking on the rhymes now. It's getting weird now. Just a little bit. I was like, what the fuck is happening? It's like rude. I was like, okay. How you guys doing? You guys good? Yeah. It's good. We're midway through the week. That's good. Shout out to Mark getting on stage and saying the blackest shit ever. Good shit. I love Mark's shit. I'm not trying to be funny. I love it. He knows that though. That's why he okay. The world's going to shit. You guys seeing this?
Yeah.
That's how Kimmel would start if there was no writer strike. I don't know. People talk a lot of shit. I don't know. It's a lot going on. We got aliens. We got a president who can't speak. Like, that shit is weird, nigga. That shit is weird, nigga. Our president is a fucked up Teddy Ruxpin doll. That shit is weird. Like, that's weird as shit. I only said it as a kid because I actually had one. You remember, like, the mouth had to move and you turn it on and it didn't fucking talk? Like, and the mouth would be open, but it could, like, it was weird. That's our president, the Teddy Ruxpin that you dipped in fucking a bathtub or something. I don't know what the fuck is going on. That's what we are. I don't know. And we wonder why countries don't respect us. Now we have, like, a real reason. I don't know. I don't know. Say what you want about Putin. He can talk in the Senate. No disrespect. What else is going on? Climate change. I've been looking at a lot about that. People talk about that all the time. I think we should do something about it, but I also think like it's a cumulative problem. Like we can't. It's just a lot. It's a lot. That's a big problem to like throw at like a present, like at the present day people that live in America right now. Like, yo, it's your fault, and you're like, what the fuck? I don't know. It's weird. The only thing I think is weird. The other thing I think is weird is that everybody who tells us that we need to watch our CO2 intake, they have like private jets. Isn't that weird? That's weird, right? I think that's very weird. That's like a Catholic priest being like, hey, you can't just put your dick anywhere. I need you to be responsible. I need you to be better than me, at least. I don't know. This shit is fucking weird. Shit is odd. What else? Oh, money and politics and social economic shit. Oh, it's weird. Shit is expensive. You guys have noticed. But it's a lot of like, you know, just because we have a Twitter doesn't make us activists. You know that, right? I don't know if we know that. You know what I mean? Everybody gets to Twitter and they think they're Martin Luther King. Like, that shit is weird. You know, that shit is so weird. I don't know why people do that shit. I'm not saying you're not important, but come on, like. Your Twitter rant at lunch is not your march on Washington. Like, you should probably fucking chill the fuck out just a little bit. I don't know. I be saying people do that. We're self-important though, because we sat at home for like 2 years, so now we think we're the most important person that we know. And it's like, yeah, because you didn't talk to nobody else. Like that's the reason that we feel that way. But no, it's just weird. I don't know. I think it's funny. I was talking to my friends and they say like real like crafty shit and it sounds cool, but it really is just like them not taking responsibility a little bit. Like I was talking to one of my friends and she said, I'm protesting capitalism by not paying my rent. I was like, I didn't know you can do that. I didn't know that. Who knew that everybody who lived on Skid Row were freedom fighters? Like that's crazy, right? You know what I mean? Look at you with your warm bath and your hot meal. That's what the man wants you to have. You know that? You're a fucking poser. You wear new clothes every day? Oh, fucking weirdo. I think that's fucking hilarious. I don't know. We just need to do better individually. Like the group shit is cool, but like the group shit, I mean, it's whatever. And I'm not like we can't even like blame like our problems. Like we can't even just like have our own individual problems. We have to like make them a social problem. Like, you know what I mean? From day to day. Like, you know what I mean? I think that's funny. You see people, like they always have to blame it on Islamophobia. Like every fucking problem. Like they don't like me because I'm black. They don't like me because I'm a woman. They don't like me because I'm gay. And I'm like, what happened to like not liking people for the content of their character? Like that's what I feel like. That was the whole speech. You know what I mean? Wasn't that the whole speech? That was the real speech, right? Don't rally me up if you just a piece of shit. You know what I mean? I can't protest for you. Like, you know what I mean? And that goes for black people too. Like I had one of my friends tell me, he was like, my job is racist. I was like, yo, you fall asleep at your job. Like, if your boss won't call you a lazy nigga, I will. Like, I mean, it won't be on the clock, so you won't be able to sue nobody, but I'll tell you in the confidence of your friends. I don't know. What's going on? Trying to get some more money. Yeah, man, because this shit is crazy. I I've been reading a lot about money and looking at it a lot on YouTube. Yeah, manifesting and pulling it up. I was on YouTube.
Reading the secret.
Yeah, and the thing is, I was looking at YouTube, and we gotta change the way we talk about money. That's what I realized too, because they say that the money is the root of all evil, and I'm like, that can't be true. Like I did more research. I listened to Reverend Ike. Reverend Ike is like the original like prosperity preacher, but he used to say that the lack of money is the root of all evil, and that makes way more sense. You know what I mean? Yeah. You know what I mean? I've never seen like a lottery commercial where the guy wins the lottery. And they're like, hey, you won the lottery. What are you going to do next? And he's like, I'm going to go back to that 7-Eleven I got this ticket from and rob it blind. Like, nobody's ever said that shit before. I can afford the equipment. I'm ready for war. Like, nobody does that anymore. In my relationships?
Yeah.
All right. Every time I do that joke, there's always one person saying yes. I don't know.
Married, man.
I know you. I know. But no, it's just funny. This is funny. I realized that a guy's night out is different than a girl's night out. Y'all know that? Like a girl's night out, they go out and like get nice and like get sexy and shit, and they go out and they have a good time, and then they express their problems along the way. Like we don't even need that shit as like we'll be in the nigga's car like drinking beers, like yo, I can't stand this bitch. Like it's really weird. Like. Y'all don't want to laugh at that, I'm sorry, but it's true. It's weird. We don't really do all the extra shit. I don't know. We should, though. Just go into a nice room and talk about it and complain. I don't know. I'm bad at dating, though. I'm bad at it. Fucking horrible. I don't know. I'll give you a little bit of background. My parents passed away in a car accident on the way to vacation. So I don't get excited for anything. I was in the car. So you can, you know what I mean? I don't get excited for anything, you know what I mean? Not even like a good date, you know what I'm saying? Like I hang out with a chick, she's like, when we get home, this pussy's yours. I'm like, bitch, we gotta get home first. Don't make any promises you can't keep, you know what I mean? Let's take it one moment at a time, okay? How much time I got? Thank you. Thank you. What else? I don't know. What is it? What else is going on? I don't know. Like going to the Biden shit, I think is weird. Anybody else think it's weird? Like our president is just like a Muppet. Like, do y'all think that's weird? Do y'all think that's weird that he's like not really a real active person? Like, it's almost like you can pick the president. I'm like, all right, cool. Who we voting for? Kermit the Frog or Joe Biden again? I'd be like, at least Kermit the Frog can talk all the way through this shit. I saw someone who was running for office. It said Biden would save the world. I thought it was a bit much to have on your front yard. You know what I mean? Biden would save the world. That's a real actual poster they're selling to people. And I was like, yo, you can't survive saving the world. Jesus didn't even save the world. He got killed by local law enforcement. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? That's some dangerous shit. Thank you guys so much.
Feeling groovy with Mike Moody. You can check out his special on YouTube. And come on in, Lenny, have a seat. We're not going to hesitate. We're going to palpate. I'm just kidding. Okay, let's give up the comedy of the one and only comedy concierge, Samantha Linderman. We're her friend.
How's everybody doing tonight? Wow, this is such a special room. I often say something at the beginning of my show. I sound like my dad in the sukkah. I often say something. That was a niche one, huh? He started it like this on purpose because there was family tension, first cousin-wise.
Oh, boy.
Me and Abby. It's my world. But he was so funny. Oh, God, it was fun. I said this once on stage, too. Like, September is, like, Super Bowl, like, for Jewish people. Because, like, I don't really know what the Super Bowl is, but, like, the food, like everything, like the panic, like whatever. I remember my dad was never into sports. He always said, Sam, we don't play on the teams, we own them. And I was like, I see why people would be frustrated with that energy. But I'm with you, Dad. I'm with you. Thank you as my dad, though.
Tell him it's really good.
Dude, this interactive audience, I don't know how I feel about it. But it's okay. Rolling down the... No, sorry, it's not Funky Friday. I can't sing. We're all following all the rules. I'm not singing? Okay. I'm terrified to drive. I knew he was going to laugh at me. It upsets people a lot. Like, a lot. They either are like, oh my God, good, which I'm a little bit offended by. Because I'm like, are you saying that like, oh, the traffic's so bad, like people are crazy, or you just genuinely like think I shouldn't drive? You know what I mean? And it's all Uber drivers. They're like, oh, good. And I'm like, are you just trying to like cancel out competition? Like, what are you doing? A lot of Uber drivers talk about how they want to like write a book about their passengers, but I want to write a book about being a passenger. Because it's more like a traveler at this point, you know. It's like really, it's like when the Uber driver gets to the open mic, like, at what point, you know what I mean? Like, when does it end, you know? When they're like, let me take you to Benihana. I'm going to the army in 10 days, and I've never been to Benihana. And he said, let me take you, so I'm assuming he's paying. So I'm like, Benihana, leave, gone. Perfect ghost, you know what I mean? But then he was like, let me take you to this other place, which is just like Benihana, but different. And I was like, I can't do this. And then he'd be like, want to swim? Like, I would never answer. He'd be like, want to swim? Or ask me if I want to die. Sure, I'll go to a body of water with you. Like, who do I do that with? Besides Jewish sleepaway camp. One time I was outside just by trees and I was like, oh my God, this reminds me of Jewish sleepaway camp. And my older sister's like, this is just outside. Like, this is just camping. Like, there's like, you don't need like counselors to do this, but God, like I would get outside, but like I would be in the back of the group, you know what I mean? Cracking jokes, but really sweaty. And like weird, but it worked. You know, it got me here. God, I don't really want to talk about being weird because it's like, you know, actions speak louder than words. Like, I don't think I really need to go into it. It just happens. Okay, today at the mall, a lot of people are really interested in my job. Every time I talk, like 3 out of 5 times I ask somebody, like, oh, what should I talk about tonight? They're like, Bath and Body Works. That's where I work. Thank you so much. We have regulars who are never regular. I'm like, what are you? Like, what's going on? But they've really grown on me. Like, the ones who I can trust, like, if they're there and there's, like, a bitch customer, I'm like, Fran's got me. You know what I mean? Like, Fran's got me. I don't know who's got Fran, but she always has a friend with her, and she walks different. But she's with me. And she knows all the deals. There's so many deals. And I was telling my mom, I was like, I get 40% off. She was like, you can get 20% off at Trader Joe's. I was like, but 40% off. She was like, on what? She's like, you can buy groceries. And I was like, oh, mother. You don't understand. My mom's one of those people who, if there's a scent, she's like, do you know? I'm allergic. There's nothing in the room. There is nothing in the room. I'm wearing deodorant. What a crime! There was a time, thank you so much. There was a time when I was like more depressed than I am now, and so sad. No, I'm not really, you know, it comes and goes, nobody asked. But get it out. What was I saying? God, that actually got all of it out. That's nuts. Wait. Now this song's playing. Okay, I'll go to something else. Being Jewish, like I also dropped out of school. My dad says not to say that. Like, you know, it's just like with someone asked about school, it's like not right now. And I'm like, how long can I do that for? Like, I'm gonna be 35, and I'm like, yeah, I went to college, and you know, like we've been communicating. Like, all of them send me emails. You know what I mean? My email's destroyed. I made a new email, but there's so many important emails on my old email, and I'm just, it doesn't matter. But no, I became addicted to Kanye West, and it really, like everybody, like things kept happening. They're like, Sam, what do you feel about this? And I was like, have you heard this song? The third time I was in group therapy, thank you so much, for your sake and mine. It's funny because they ask you like all these questions over and over. They're like, when was the last time you thought about killing yourself? How much do you think about killing yourself? Are you gonna kill yourself? Are you gonna kill yourself? And I'm like, no, but like, can I still talk? You know what I mean? Like, if you say you're not, they're like, get the fuck out of here. That's how it is. It's so sad. It's so fucking sad. I was talking to people about this. Like, the only way they can get you to go to group therapy, if you're suffering from your mental illness, whatever that looks like, talking yourself in the corner, sad, depressed, screaming, they're like, it's time to go to group. They're like, insurance might stop paying if you don't show attendance. And I'm like, but you could write down that I went. You could write down that I was mad sad. You know what I mean? You guys told me to be present and mindful, and I was not in the mindset to listen to the same thing again. They tell you to breathe. And that's the worst thing I've ever heard in my life. My life. People always tell it to you when it's the last thing you want to hear. You know what I mean? You're going on and on and on about all your problems, and you're like, it's the worst thing in the world. And they're like, breathe. But what do you think I've been doing up until this moment? What level am I on that you think that I'm not? Like, I get so upset so quick. And then I go, stop being dad, But he's hilarious, too. But that's why I'm scared to drive, like, this road rage gene that I have. My family. I learned a lot of curse words in the car. The big C. Yeah. I was young. And my dad's like, you're fucking not. And I've been Joe Pesching lately. My curse words, to be clean. But I always say it. Because, I'm borrowing. He gets it. He gets it. But nobody said that. And then he turns to me and he goes, never say that word, especially about a woman. It's like, next time I hear it, it's about mom. You know what I mean? And then like, well, I'm, we all are. You are. I remember, I didn't want to talk this much about mental health, but it's just, it's if it flows, it flows. One thing about flow, it's like the whole and flow thing. What's that about? Where did that come from? Like, when I think about little sayings like that, like, I feel like that one was probably forced. You know what I mean? Like, someone was like, hey, next time your wife gets her period, be like, Aunt Flo's coming to town. And she might not get it right, but if we all do it, she's coming to town. Dick's away. Aunt Flo's coming to stay. I'm having a show on Sunday.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. I would love if you guys came. That's what that. And yes, it's October 8th. It's at Prohibition, downtown LA. It's my first time at this location hosting a show. So I'm very excited. There's a lot of great people, mostly from LA School of Comedy. So it's like we're a community. You don't see that happen a lot. You don't see that happen a lot. So give it up for LA School of Comedy. Give it up for Cindy. You can find me on Instagram at, I was about to say LA School of Comedy. Wow. At Sam like TBH. That's how I talk. Okay, bye.
I love you, Sam. Oh, where the hell do you think you're going, sir? Can we watch? Whoa! There we go. Let's watch. We're just watching. We're just gonna keep on going. You're gonna miss something that I can't rhyme with, but that's okay, because we're gonna feel the pain and the love from Spontaine. Come on, Spontaine. Let's do this. Come on. Give us a few minutes of your love.
Yeah. So how everybody going today?
All right.
Yeah, here at LA School of Comedy. All right, so I got some more jokes here. All right, so this is a topic. So the dating scene is crazy out here right now in 2023, right? So, you know, I got a date now. So what I do now is I give money before we go out. Right? So that way when we walk in, you don't ask me for nothing. Right? 'Cause you already have it. Right? It's not that I don't mind paying. I just don't want that you asking me. You're a grown woman anyway, so I'm, you know. And I don't like, you know, some guys like it. I am not your daddy. Right? The only person I'm a daddy to is our child. You dig what I'm saying? You know, so yeah, so you know, some guys like all that freaky stuff, but which is cool, I guess. I don't. That's my view on it. So that's one. All right. So and we got something else going on. All right. So I got a pet peeve. I don't know if anybody can relate to walking down the street. Now, me personally, I do this purposely to just see if I'm right or not. So I'm walking this way, and then you're way down there. I see you walking on the opposite side. Why do you end up right in front of me? Man, get the fuck out of here, man. Golly, man, I can't stand it. Oh my God. Like, so that's a pet peeve. And yeah, there's so many other pet peeves. And then yeah, so this one right here. Yeah, so yeah, another pet peeve is kids missing discipline nowadays. They don't have no freaking manners at all. They'll cuss you out, the teacher, the police. They just don't care. You know what it is? It's because they took away whippings in school. Or whippings at the house. Now the kids call the cops on you. This is your child. You gotta take care of it. If you don't, you get child support. So you mean tell me I can't spank them into shape? That's crazy, right? I used to go get, my mom used to tell me, go get a switch. I'd be like, all right, a switch is a stick off the tree. I'd be like, all right. So I'll come back with a little stick. Mama come back with a branch. Oh, you think you funny, huh? Oh, man. I tried to talk one time bad. She got an extension cord. I was like, oh, wow, Mom, for real? I was like, pop. Oh! So, yeah, so those are some things. All right, if you can remember these, yeah, I'm thinking about some things. Let's see, yeah. Oh, yeah, so, yeah, and another thing about the youth, them guys, these guys, so, you know, I mean, not only, like, adults, right? So how do we go from being a little kid, maybe selling, you know, baseball cards or doing marbles, right? To grow up to AK-47s, right? To how the hell did that happen, right? What happened, man? What the innocence is gone for real. Golly, man. I mean, even like you got these dictators of the world, like out of all the years of war, we ain't learned how to get along yet. Golly, man, that's freaking terrible, man. So I want to say those things, those some thoughts. And yeah. So I love America. Yeah, I'm a patriot. Me personally, well, because I'm here and I grew up and I believe it's a new world, you know. So literally, like 500 years compared to 1800th century China and Russia and everybody else, basically, right? This is the only country that's been here like 500 years. So we're all getting along and things like that. And another reason why I can't leave is because of wildlife. That's my main point. I don't know what the hell is in Australia, right? I don't know what's going on. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think I could walk down the street. Even if I'm in Africa, I don't think I could with the lion, man. Like, and I heard about India. You seen the tigers in India? They got like 300,000 people that done died from tigers. And my black ass can't jump to a 10-foot rim because they can jump 13 feet in the air. So these are just some thoughts. I can't do that. Yeah, that's terrible, man. You can't even get away from them guys, man. And I'm just thinking about it now. And they're huge. Don't go to Siberia. The Siberian tiger is even bigger than that. Oh, man. Oh, man, I can't. Oh, can you imagine just walking down in some developed country with a lion or a mad elephant? Like, man, you can't even hide behind a tank with like 5 elephants. Oh, it's terrible. So, well, I mean, you know, I gotta have courage. Yeah, give me strength. All right, so yeah. So that's one thing, and then another thing, my last thing that I'm gonna say is things that make me wonder is like how come there's traffic on the freeway, right? Essentially, right? It's a long stretch of fucking highway, right? I mean, it goes as long as the eye can fucking see. Why are cars stopping? I mean, these cars going like 60, 80 miles per hour. What the hell is going on? So that's just things that make me wonder. And my name is Justin, and that's been my time. You can catch me at the LA School of Comedy.
Always supporting. Always supporting.
Great.
You are too funny, though. Honest to God, you are. I want to bring somebody up just because I feel like it, and I haven't seen him for a minute because he's been ignoring me, but that's okay because my hair's prettier. Let's give it up for Mr. GQ. Who are you, Mr. GQ?
Of course. I'm always last.
You're not always last, stop it.
Second to last, sorry.
What's happening?
Hey. Let's go.
I just met you, but I know so much about your pussy. I ain't never had a pap smear, but I was like fucking this gynecologist last year, so I guess I was maybe kind of giving her a pap smear a little bit. True. Cuz over here gave us like a Fox News report and shit. Thank you. What's up, bro? I like your corduroys. Thank you. Yeah, I just wrote this shit the other day. Thank you, Sam. I'm gonna be on her show on Sunday. Yeah. And I'm getting older and I'm black and my feet hurt, so that's why I ain't got no fucking shoes on. But it hit me the other day that I was like getting older, like a couple months ago. I got on Facebook and I saw a post about my high school reunion. And I was like, shit, 2004 was that long ago. My high school sucked dick. Like, oh my God, it was the worst. My no good ain't shit mama sent me up there. I told that bitch I didn't want to go. One of my coaches fucked my classmate. Like, took her home and he fucked her in the same bed that he shared with his wife. I gotta say allegedly because his little broke ass might try to sue me because he sure as fuck can't make me do no more push-ups. But some of the teachers like sold pills to the children. Nothing I learned in that bitch I was able to use in my adult life. And like out here in LA, they got like the grad night where the seniors, they go to Disneyland. I grew up in Kentucky. So some of the schools went to Florida. If you went to the white schools, they went overseas. We didn't have no class trip. Like my class president, she was obsessed with Nelly. This was the early 2000s and hey, Nelly was that motherfucker though. So she wanted our class trip to be St. Louis. Like who the fuck wants to go to St. Louis? There's people, St. Louis residents that's trying to get the fuck out of St. Louis. And if you wonder why she chose St. Louis, that's where Nelly's from. She like miraculously thought we was just gonna bump into Nelly during our trip. All because she loved the song, It's Getting Hot in Here. I'm like, bitch, we getting shot in here. At the time, St. Louis was like the most dangerous fucking city in America. I told our class president, I said, hey, we got to do something. We graduate in like 2 weeks. We got to go to Kings Island. And that's where we went to. That's an amusement park in Cincinnati. So I guess we took like a little day trip. So fast forward 10 years, they tried to plan a reunion, failed. Fast forward another 10 years, they trying to strike out again. And when I first seen that post, I was like, man, fuck that reunion. I know who got ran up out the city. I know who died. I know who went to prison. I know the cute bitches that got fat as fuck and the fat bitches that stayed fat as fuck. I know the popular kids and the athletes that peaked in 2004 and ain't did shit else. I got Facebook. I know what you little motherfuckers is up to. So they pitched this little idea of doing a family picnic in the park. And I'm like, just because you bitches have babies in high school don't qualify them to come to this function. That little motherfucker, he didn't take the SATs with you. He didn't have a little cap and gown on walking across the stage. They ain't invited. And I can just like imagine being at that picnic and seeing them little ugly ass kids running around and just being like, if you only knew what your mama was doing in the pantry during culinary arts class. Hey, it was kind of lit in there. I ain't gonna front. That's probably the best thing about that fucking school. So after the picnic, the idea was to have a DJ and a dance and a dinner in the school gym. I'm like, that's the lamest fucking shit ever. Y'all motherfuckers didn't even come to homecoming. Now you want to come 30 years later. So when I was a kid on TV, you would see like them fly ass reunions. It'd be at like a banquet hall or a hotel. Not my ghetto ass school. That's what they wanted to do. So a couple days before the reunion, I said, you know what? I'm gonna go. And I'm gonna rub the little success that I had in their fucking face. They was talking shit about me back in the day. I'm about to be real honest and transparent with y'all. I failed Algebra 2 my junior year. I suck at math. So I had to take it my senior year in order to graduate. I failed Spanish 1 my sophomore year. I grew up in Kentucky. Motherfuckers was barely speaking English. There wasn't nobody speaking Spanish. So I had to take Spanish 1 and Spanish 2 my junior and senior year. So I'll be walking down the halls so I can go to class, so I can learn, so I can graduate on time. They'd be like, hey, there's GQ. He don't know Spanish or algebra. GQ es muy tonto. They'd be like, G, what does X equal? See, y'all, he don't know, because he don't know Spanish or algebra. So at the reunion, that shit got brought up. And I said, you know, y'all was talking shit about me for free, but I literally get paid to talk shit.
Yeah.
My podcast hit #1 on the iTunes charts twice.
Yeah.
Thank you. I wasn't looking for an applause. I was just stating my facts. I had small roles in 3 different movies. How many movies y'all bitches been in? None. I travel all over the world. The 7 continents, I'd have been to 4 of them. How many continents you done been to? Where have you been in life? What the fuck have you done? And with all my little achievements, guess what? I still don't know what X equals. But I do know what puto means, bitch.
Great.
Thank y'all. That was my first time performing that shit too, so I'm glad I got some laughs and shit. Hopefully there wasn't no sympathy laughs.
Not here.
I don't know. Sometimes y'all be a little bit too nice to people. But yeah, man, y'all can find me on Instagram at GCUE502, and then this Sunday at Prohibition, where I finally took my pap smear and I got my birth control. She'll be up there. Sam will be up there. I'll be up there 8 o'clock. And yeah, that's it. Thank y'all. Oh yeah, man, follow your dreams and follow your goals and shit. Yeah, thank y'all. Yeah, 8 p.m.
ATM.
Yeah.
ATL.
ATL. You going to Atlanta?
There we go. All right, we're doing this, right? All right, guys. You're back, you're black, you're better than you ever was? All right, and you're all white with me. Let's give it up for Richard White, let's do it.
She loves the Chevrolet shirt. I got this at a TJ Maxx the other day. Yeah, TJ Maxx is like the upgraded version of Ross, you know? You get way better shit there, personally. Less weird people, you know? So I have not done stand-up in months. It has been a long time. I know, it's been so long, and it's just really great to be back here. If I'm gonna be completely transparent, it's been just a financial thing for me. Like, I got to the point where, like, I couldn't even afford rent. So, like, it was just really, really bad for me, and so I couldn't afford to come to open mics and stuff, and I got, like, really depressed and shit. So it's just good to finally be back.
Good.
I mean, money got so bad to where I was actively considering joining a pyramid scheme. I'm not kidding. I was thinking in my head, I'm like, dude, if I get my friends to join and their friends to join, I get that free Dodge Challenger, you know? But I was like, no, I can't do that. That's crazy. What? No. I don't know. It just, I wanted to make money any way I could. Any, like, get-rich-quick schemes, shit like that. And I was scrolling on Instagram one day, and an ad popped up that I could make $1,500 a month donating sperm. And I'm like, you're telling me I can make $1,500 to just jack off when I've been doing that shit for free since I was 14, which benefited no one, not even myself. I mean, as guys know, there's this thing called post-nut clarity, where you finish and you're sitting or standing naked with your shriveling dick in your hand going, why did I just do that? Why did I just violate myself? And then you see the part of the video you paused on, and it's just a girl squirting in another girl's mouth, and you're like, I didn't want to watch this. I didn't want to see this. How is this not banned? But I thought, man, I could donate sperm. I will be benefiting people. People can be, women can be mothers. It's a great thing. But then I realized, I'm like, sign me up. But there's a catch. There's always a catch, because if there wasn't, every guy on the fucking planet would be doing this. There's no scenario where you can just walk into a sperm donation clinic, go up to the front desk, and the front desk person's like, can I help you? And it's like, no, actually, I can help you. Hi, my name's Richard. Me and my dick are here to report for active duty. We just want to help, we just want to do something for the community, It's not like that. You just have to fill out a bunch of fucking forms, arbitrary forms. I just thought there'd be one special skills section where I could put can come in under 10 seconds. You might look at that as pathetic, but I see that as efficient. In and out. Think of that from a business standpoint, okay? But no, it's just a bunch of fucking forms. But then when you get past that, right, you have to get to the medical history section. Now this is where people fail, mostly. No, because you have to have a clean bill of health. It's not just your parents, your grandparents. You have to go 3 generations of medical records. And I'm like, did they have medical records back in the 1800s? I don't think they knew what a fucking cancer cell was back then. If they saw a mentally challenged person, they go, that guy's the devil in him, and we need to exorcise him. If you went to the doctor's office in the 1800s and you're like, Doc, I got a headache. The doc's like, well, that arm's got to go. And you're like, those are not mutually exclusive. I don't even think, but it's crazy, right? You can't, you have to be a perfect human, a perfect specimen. Their criteria is bordering the territory of a guy named Hitler. That whole Aryan race thing that he did? Yeah, you can see the parallels there. But just safe to assume I failed that part immediately, okay? I have the worst medical history possible. I have IBS. I don't even think that's anything that can be a medical thing, but I do, and it's bad. I can't touch cheese, but I love it. I love it so much, and I don't give a shit. Pun intended. But no, but I failed, right? Because my mom had breast cancer. She currently has MS. My grandmother had a stroke. My grandfather had a stroke. My other grandfather had adult leukemia. So as you can see, I failed instantly. I learned 2 things. One, I'm never allowed to step foot in a sperm donation clinic ever. They're like, we have your photo and we put it up on the wall in every single clinic to make sure you don't fucking step foot in there. And I also learned that I myself should not have kids. It would be cruel to them if I did it. But it's ridiculous. You just can't get past that. But then, let's just say you do, right? Let's just say you get past the whole medical history part and everything, right? Do you really want your sperm out there and you'll be the father of infinite amount of children? Are you ready for that? When, the kid grows up and he's like, I want to meet my biological father. And then you get a knock on the door and there's just 30 to 40 kids in your front lawn. Vince Vaughn had to deal with that. There's a movie called Delivery Man where that situation actually happens. You think I can play catch with 40 kids? I only got a couple good years left in this shoulder because the majority of it was fucking working for the service, Working for the community. But seriously, at the end of the day, it's just a PSA to all men, metaphorical post-nut clarity, to not donate sperm because it's not fucking worth it. But yeah, that's my rant about the sperm donation clinic. What could I talk about? That was my main joke. Oh, yeah, Ryan, I went to college for business. But for 2 weeks, I was a theater major, only for 2 weeks. And the reason why is because I was thinking, I could do theater. It's fine. I love acting. So I joined theater, and then the first week, I get into class, and the teachers are like, all right, do you have your 10-page report on Macbeth? I didn't even know we had to read Macbeth over the summer because I just hopped over, and I was like, man, I really don't want to write anything right now. Like I could just hop back on over. But I was going to stick it out, right? But then we had like a theater lab where for 3 hours, like you get to know everyone. This is the first fucking class. And they did this thing called step into someone else's shoes. So everyone takes off their shoes, puts them in a circle. You know this. Everyone takes off their shoes, puts them in a circle, and then someone goes up in the middle and tells like something about themselves. And I knew those musical fucking theater kids are crazy because this one girl got up and she's like, I tried to commit suicide 3 times. That's the first thing she said. And I'm like, that is not for me. I don't know you. I was going to go up and say, my parents are divorced. That was the closest I was going to get, but I wasn't going to. But that's not what sold me, right? Like one day we had a Dunkin' Donuts in our hall, and like these musical theater kids would come in and start singing their fucking orders. So they're like, can I get a medium iced coffee with hazelnut and sugar? And I'm dealing with a hangover, regretting the terrible decisions I made the night before. And I'm like, dude, I got to get out of here. I have to go right back to business. And that's what I did. And thank God I did. No offense to music. No offense to theater. I love theater, but musical theater kids, oh man, I just couldn't get past it.
I'm that too.
No, but you're like chill right now.
I'm not singing, that's why.
How much time do I have?
You have 2.
Oh, let's go. All right. I don't even need this chair. Why am I bringing it around? Jesus. It's called nervousness. That's what it is. What can I talk about? Oh yeah. Scumbag. Oh yeah. Right. Okay. So recently on my time where like I didn't have enough money to do stand up, I did meet like a bunch of like big time like TikTok and Instagram influencers. There's this guy, Scumbag Dad Official. I don't know if anyone knows who that is, but his name's Brad. He's on TikTok and stuff. These guys have like 6 million views, 6 million followers and shit. And they reached out to me and I was like, they're like, do you want to collab? I'm like, fuck yeah, man. This is gonna only help my TikTok. So this guy Brad is exactly what you'd expect. He just looks like a crazy like hillbilly homeless man, but like he acts exactly how he looks. So I've never met this man before, and I got to his apartment a little bit early because I'm from the East Coast, so I show up early. And I call him up. I'm like, hey, I got here early, and he's like, oh, dude, we'll be there soon. Me and my friend are picking up ketamine right now. And I just assumed he was joking because, like, I've never met this man before in my life. I'm like, oh, that's a funny joke. No, he did pick up ketamine because we got into their apartment, and they were like, Rich, do you want some? And I'm like, no. And they're like, oh, you're so wholesome. I'm like, because I don't want ketamine? I'm just trying to do, like, a sketch. Like, I'm not, like, I'm sorry. I didn't realize I was that fucking wholesome. And this guy, Brad, he's like 40-something years old, and as he's doing a line of ketamine, as he's doing it, he starts talking about how his newborn son is walking. And I'm like, bro, you said that in the same fucking sentence? Are you kidding me? Yeah, it was exactly like that. I can't believe they called me wholesome because I didn't want to do ketamine. I told them I did coke, and they're like, oh, you do coke but not ketamine? I'm like, I don't anymore, man. I mean, I was like, Cocaine Rich was my name, and that wasn't good. That's not good at all. Is that my time?
Like 10 seconds.
10 seconds? I got nothing. Okay, anyway. Oh, of course. Well, first, thank you so much. It's great to be back. Thank you so much, Sunda, for just having this. This is always fantastic. Thank you. You guys can find me on Instagram at RichardWhite_official or on TikTok at Very Rich Comedy. Thank you so much.
We gotta do that, guys, with TikTok. We gotta get ourselves all involved in all. Give me a hug with your Chevrolet. The best today is your Chevrolet. This has been a lot of fun. But I'll tell you something. It's not fun until you're doing it with Bobby friggin' Peterson. Let's do it, Bobby! Woo! Can you hear what I hear? Where is he? Where's Bobby? Here he is!
Wait, what?
Sorry. How are we doing?
Doing well.
All right. I'm Bobby fucking Peterson.
Yeah.
Well, let's see. We'll start with this. I like to tell people I'm a Satanist. It's kind of an intelligence gauge, and it shows me who believes in magic. You know, it's like a get the fuck away from me, you filthy Christian spell. But Yeah. Gay dudes fucking love me. If I would, honestly, like, I don't get it. But like, yeah, if I was gay, I'd be like elbow deep in ass. No? Elbow deep, yeah, no? Okay, what was I working on today? Well, going on that whole political thing, I'm gonna work with that. Let me find which side of my notebook I'm on. Boop, 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 boop. Yeah, this is kind of just a little stream of thought I was writing out. Let's do this. I understand now that I am human, but like I used to have trouble admitting it. I've been called autistic. I don't relate to people easily. You homo domesticus out there. Don't cancel me. Yeah. I view humanity like a virus. We were like a symbiotic. We had a symbiotic relationship with our ecology. Then like the European strain went waterborne, and then we came across here and fucking just infected this continent. And you guys don't like this. You like being human. You guys think you are fucking awesome. Yeah, we're not doing bad things. No, but yeah, and now we live in this California cold sore, like just a big hard blister on the coast. Okay, fuck. Let's see. Then we went airborne, and there's nothing scarier than airborne man except maybe airborne AIDS. Airborne AIDS? Jesus Christ, I'm not on this tonight. Boop, 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 boop. Okay, so fighting about which culture is better and calling it racism is fucked up, you know? Like your culture is gonna live or die on its own merits. Like you probably aren't the best person to stand up for your culture, like whichever culture it is. Like the people talking about it, trying to save it, are probably like the worst examples. I just feel like, you know what it's the world. Like I loved your set tonight. If my grandpa was from Hoboken, like he died when I was a lot younger, and I feel like he would have been like you. Like I just like what you say. Yeah, I grew up watching like old TV and stuff, like All in the Family. I was watching that in elementary school, so like I grew into this sensitive ass time where like you can't even be funny with each other without someone getting offended. Like in high school, like all the black kids, they'd sit and they'd like talk shit in class, and no one would get hurt. They'd laugh, and like I thought it was fucking great to see that kind of shit. But you make like white kids making fun of each other, they get all like fucking like red face and it's I don't know, it's just hard. Like we're so sensitive and no one can take a joke. I like to think of it like it's this like a seventh sense, like the sense of humor, and we all need to just like work on it, because I don't know if it's natural. Like, is a sense of humor I don't know, but yeah, it's fucking weird. But yeah, so like we're constantly fighting about saving our culture. We want to take our cultures to the future with us, blah blah blah, but like your culture's not going to survive in the fucking nuclear Armageddon. Like, let's come together, be fucking human. Stop fucking fighting over like stupid bullshit, trying to say, like, if you've never been to wherever you're like trying to promote, like chill. If right. Like the Roman Empire, it fucking disappeared, but it's still relevant today, right? Like your culture will either die or survive based on how good it is. Like I don't like, I'm trying not to say anything wrong, but let's see, what did I have? But yeah, like even like African culture, like it's very like it's relevant, but if you're not like, if you're fighting about I don't know what I'm trying to say without getting in trouble, but like no, like I had a point, like we're all humans. Like I grew up around Hispanics, LA. Like my best friend's Mexican, his parents are Mexican. I worked with Guatemalans. I played on a Guatemalan soccer team for a season in South Central. But so I know Hispanic people. I learned all the Hispanic racism from Hispanic people. Black people are a little more mysterious. But in the 90s, it's kind of like with the DARE program. They told us all this shit about how dangerous drugs are. Don't do drugs. Black people are dangerous. Don't hang out with black people. It's like, of course we're going to hang out with black people and do drugs because you're telling us not to. What the fuck? But, and I mean, like, honestly, like, I think skateboarding is where black and white culture kind of came together back in the day. I don't know if anyone else feels like that. Like, hip hop and punk culture were both kind of that the counterculture, yeah. And but there is no counterculture anymore. Like what you were saying, that's fucking real shit. Like I don't think I should, like I'm not qualified to say anything about politics or change the country or anything like that, but like that's why I don't really get political, because I don't deserve to say anything because I don't pay attention to it really. Like I'm more into what the fuck happened to mankind. Like we came from cavemen, living with nature, just fucking having fun, doing whatever, and now we're doing this fucking like cosplay. Like we're a bunch of apes doing cosplay and fucking what's that kind of acting where you play the part like all the way. Yeah, we're a bunch of method acting cosplay like apes, and we call that progress, but we can't fucking figure out. I don't know. I was an angry child in high school. But yeah, I mean, how much time do I have?
Oh, you have
2 minutes? Okay. Yeah. But yeah, the world's fucking weird, and like I like what Mike was saying earlier. Mike Moody. Everybody's been pretty on the spot about the world's fucking weird. It's crazy right now, and like they say, like it's always been that way. Every generation, blah blah blah. But you know, like we're growing like exponentially, like science, fucking technology, like our ability to know facts because of the internet. So we've come so far in such a little amount of time that we don't understand we're animals at heart, and we're trying to fucking put everything into cubes and stack it. Like my view of if mankind went to like the very end of time, the last person would be turning himself into a box and putting himself into the corner of the big cube that we organize every last bit of information into, because we couldn't just let it be. We gotta fucking try and change everything, and changing it fucking, you fight something, it does the Bugs Bunny fucking approach. You get a knife, they get a bow and arrow. You get a gun, they get a fucking cannon. You get a missile. And it's just like, I'm not going to change the world. I am narcissistic enough sometimes to think I can, but also it's not worth it. Yeah, look at you, Pete. No, but thank you. Yeah, I'm Bobby fucking Peterson. Yeah. You can catch me at Bobby fucking Peterson on Instagram. Thank you, Sunda. Thank you, LA Comedy School. This place has.
It is. I bought that.
Everyone,
one too.
Thank you. Thank you.
Woo! Thank you, Bobby Peterson. We're gonna bring up. Where you going? Getting the hell out? Yeah. You are. You're all right with me. Okay. There you go. There you go. All right. Let's bring up this. That's what they say. Let's bring up the lovely Kiara today. What do you say? Come on. Go, girl.
It's gonna close. What's up? Hello, hello. So I'm from Louisiana, and Louisiana, Baton Rouge, Louisiana, is known for its evil spirits. Now, we have something called voodoo out there. Some people call it roots. My grandma call it don't fuck with that shit. Now, I'll call her my momo. She's the one that raised me. Momo means, AKA for the white people, great grandmother. So my mom had me at 16. My grandmother had her at 16. So my great grandma, my mama was like, I ain't about to fuck this one up. I'm gonna raise this one myself. And it's fucked up because my grandma, when I was a kid, my grandma would literally chase me around the house and be like, oh, don't let nobody get that coochie. No, who got the coochie? Who got the coochie? I'm like, no, mama, no, don't get my coochie. Don't get it. And like, it was messed up. I didn't have sex till I was 21. I was a cheerleader. Everybody was like, oh, I did this last night. I was like, I tried to watch Charm, but my grandma won't let me. As a kid in the black community, there's a thing that the adults say is kids got to stay out of grown folks' business. So my mom was half grown, so I feel like I could listen. She showed up at the house and she said that her apartment was haunted. She said that the toilet would flush in the middle of the night by itself. She'll wake up and it's this stinky ass smell and a man sitting at the end of her bed watching Charmed. I figured he just had to doo-doo and she just interrupted it. But in Louisiana, we have this music called bounce music. Yeah. And bounce music, okay, if you haven't heard of bounce, imagine jazz, because most people heard of jazz. Now, jazz then took a long line of coke and took a little bit of meth, and that's bounce music. So I remember being in New Orleans, and back in the 90s, the early 90s, everybody danced to bounce music. And when you dance to bounce music, once again, like jazz come on, you're moving your legs, you're moving your arms, it just makes you want to dance. Bounce music make you want to shake their ass. And I remember going to New Orleans, early 90s, everybody would shake their ass. Men would shake their ass, women would shake their ass, gay men, straight men, women. My friend, her name's KK, she brought her baby. We walking around, a little kick back, and I see the man to the left, he's shaking his ass. I see the woman to the right, she's shaking his ass. I look at KK's baby, the baby's shaking his ass. It's going doop, 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 up, up. I'm like, all right, cool. And then I'm looking at the diaper going doop, 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 doop. I'm like, oh, okay, baby. Is that doo-doo? You letting your baby shaking his ass and it got doo-doo coming out the diaper? KK, get your baby. I'm not a parent, so I don't know if that's how parenting goes, but I thought the baby's supposed to know how to at least walk before it can shake that ass. But I love Louisiana. What else I got? My car, it sucks. It's horrible. I'll be driving down LA and you can hear my car before you see my car. I got a 1998 Honda. I got it from my dad. He a hustler, so I had to pay for it. And it came with all the great qualities. Like 1, the seatbelt don't work. 2, the brakes are louder than the engine. I'll be driving, I'll be like, oh, that's a Tesla, cool. Let me slow down. Oh shit, shut up, bitch, shut up. But I got all the great things from my dad. I got some Nike shoes that I thought were Nike. They weren't really Nike. They had clowns on them and shit. That's what happens when your dad's a hustler. But that's all I have for right now. Thank you. My name's Key. You can find me on Instagram at Key_Nikki, or Key_Nikki. Thank you.
Can you spell that for Key?
KEY__NIKKI.
There you go. There you go. Met a girl named Nikki. How'd she do, huh? There you go. Easy. It was so easy. Where's Zaza? Where'd he go?
Oh, no.
Oh, he's just watching tonight, right? What? Zaz was just watching, right? Zaz? He's just watching? You're going to watch?
I'm just going to watch.
You're just going to watch. Okay, so you're going to be You're actually going to be watching me and Lenny have sex. Let's give it up for Lenny. Come on, Lenny McKenzie.
I'm glad I could watch.
I'm glad to be a participant.
Maybe I should have gone up.
Yeah. What's your ethnicity?
Jewish.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I thought you were brown for a second. I was like,
I
shit,
get it all the time.
we gonna be making some interesting fucking babies then.
Hey, I can perform the circumcision the breast too. Sorry.
I got one already. How's everybody doing?
All right.
All right. I'm gonna sit on the stool too, because I'm fat. Sorry for the shorts, everybody. Laundry broke down. My laundry machine is a lot like Ukraine. It's entirely white and is not accepting change.
Oh man.
I graduated high school recently. Yeah. Thank you, two people. All right. I had a lot of fun in high school, mostly because I look like a school shooter. And when the principal thinks you're a school shooter, you own the fucking school. You know what I mean? I got to do whatever the fuck I wanted to do. He'd be like, "You're late today." I was like, "Am I?" Would you rather have one kid not be here or all of them? I had the best time in high school, man. Principal Fuji couldn't do shit. I never I never had to go to any of the assemblies. I got to go home early every time I reached in my bag, and I could just park wherever the fuck I wanted. You know what I mean? Make matters worse, my mother is also a teacher at that school. So yeah, it get interesting when I get sent to the office and they'd call her. And I'd be like, "Don't call her. She's at work right now." Like, "No, we're doing that shit anyways." And she picked up and she's like, "I can't believe you're in trouble again. You're such a shitty son. You're not doing your job." I was like, "You're a shitty teacher. You're not doing your job either. You got a fucking class to teach right now. Why the fuck you doing this shit to me?" She said, "Well, I get home, I'm gonna discipline you so much." I was like, "Well, shit, good luck. I'm gonna get home before you. You got a flat tire." And she's like, "How'd you know I have a flat tire?" I was like, "'Cause I parked next to you." That was a callback nobody got. All right. Moving on. Made a lot of friends in high school. Like this one kid named Room. It's a weird name. It's an even weirder fucking kid. Room told me when he turned 18 he was going to get a tattoo on his right arm that said "Mom," and a tattoo on his left arm that said "Dad." Like, oh, that's going to be fucking weird when you jack off, isn't it? People do weird shit to their body, you know what I mean? They do. Or they wear weird shit on it, you know what I mean? The other day I saw a man with a t-shirt that read, "Destroy, modify, builds." I want to make my own t-shirt, but I want to make one that's more word resourceful. I want to make a t-shirt that just reads "rebuilds." All right, that was a punchline. Y'all were a little early on that. Faster than me. That's what I get for missing so much school. How much time am I at?
Oh my god. You have 5:30.
Okay, it's perfect. Let's get my 5 down. I have great tits. Okay. That's I figured either or. I do. You don't see anything, do you?
I'm not talking about your boobs. I was thinking 5:30 left. You weren't at 5:30.
What does 5:30 have to do with
Now we gotta keep going.
All right.
You got like 5 minutes left.
This whole audience have Sam. That's not just you. I have great tits. You don't see anything? It's October and I'm wearing a wife beater. A wife beater is what this tank top was made out of. It's resourceful cannibalism. It's fucking stupid. I tell a lot of dark jokes, but I'm actually a really good person. For example, I once gave my most prized possession to a homeless woman. My virginity. I love fucking homeless women. I love them. They're the best. They don't take long to get ready. They don't have to be home at a certain time. You can drop them off wherever the fuck you like. Bro, fucking shortly after I graduated high school, I saw this fucking one crack whore with no teeth. I was like, Principal Fuji, what the fuck happened to you? I fucked him up. My high school had a lot of problems, so a lot of teen pregnancy. It's pretty fucked up. Yeah. Reason for it was nobody wanted to buy condoms. It's just kind of shitty, you know what I mean? I don't get why people get ashamed to buy condoms. That's just always been weird to me. You know what I mean? It's like people are ashamed to say that they're healthy and safe. You know? That's like being ashamed to buy jump rope and life insurance. Like, that's just... shit is weird. Never made sense to me. All right, time for the edgy part of the show. Mass murderers. No. Very much no. No, Bobby. I'm scared around you now. I'm going to reconsider my sitting spot after this. My English is shit, 'cause I skip school a lot. Not a fan of mass murderers. I do not like them. I think they're terrible people. You know what I mean? But I'm a good-hearted, open-minded person. So I thought about, is there anything a fucking mass murderer could do that would help me sympathize with them? And there's not a fucking lot, you know what I mean? And the reason for that is you're usually reading some manifesto as to why they killed a bunch of people, and it's always some fuck shit, like some hateful shit or some crazy conspiracy. But if one of them just wrote in their manifesto, traffic's just been getting way too bad, I'd be like, at least I can sympathize a little, you know what I mean? I don't support it, but like, you know, we've all had that thought. How much time?
2.
I knew it was 2. It's always 2.
It's always 2.
Yeah. I don't even see how funny I am. I don't even have to do anything.
I love you short, sorry.
I'm underage. That's a cop shit. Coming for you. Really want to... God damn it. Defund the police. Defund the police. Yeah. Sirens don't need to be that loud. Motherfuckers. Too much money on that shit. At least make them more like audibly appealing. You know what I mean? Play some bounce music or something. Motherfuckers. Really want to start a YouTube channel. YouTube channel for ISIS. I feel like it'd really blow up. The groans. The groans. That's what I do puns for. It's the fucking groans. I'm at like a minute now, aren't I?
Take a little picture of you, yeah.
All right. Probably just get the fuck off stage. What else I want to end on? All right, everyone. It's been a long night. Thank you all very much. That's my time. Good night. Lenny McKenzie on Instagram. And in an orgy with a couple people soon.
All right. Thank you, Lenny McKenzie. What a night. Did we have fun? I want to make sure that everybody sees this. We want to say hi, Lori Fleming, Marsha, how are you? And Barbara Tarpley, everybody who's watching on... I've been watching on Facebook because I'm old. I use Facebook and YouTube and all that stuff. And yes, that was fun. I did things at the same time. Isn't that cool? What's wrong with Facebook?
No, I didn't know
Old
you
people
did.
have money on Facebook.
I thought somebody was coming through the door.
No, you know who else got money? LinkedIn people, even more. I just figured it out. Well, I'm boring. If people tell you you're funny, you probably are, but you won't know until you take it from the page. That's right. My name is Sunda Krunkquist. You've been great, Mark Zaffron. Thank you so much for keeping us open. We love you, and don't worry, we're going to have that fundraiser again to keep this school open. Thank you, Jason Ham. If you guys want a copy of the tape, please see Jason. It's not tape, but we'll make believe anyway. And thank you guys for your support, all of you. Thank you and good night.